Today is 11th July 2020, and from today exactly 139 days is remaining for CAT 2020. And in the today's session I'm going to discuss two questions based on geometry. So you all can pause the video and try to solve this question. Okay, now let's start. The first question, it says a right angled triangle with an integer side length has one side with length 75. Okay, so all the three sides are integer and one of the length is 75. This side is neither the shortest nor the longest side. Okay, so it is neither the shortest nor the longest side. What is the maximum possible length of the shortest side of this triangle here? So I can say, let's say this is the triangle here, and one of the length, it is nothing but that is 75. And this is the length A and this is length C here. And 75 is neither the shortest nor the longest. So it is given to us that A is less than 75 and 75 is less than C, where C is the largest side, hypotenuse, and A is the smaller side. And we need to find out the maximum possible value of A. Alright, we need to find out what can be the maximum possible value of A. Alright, so let's see here. So we know the Pythagoras theorem. Alright, so what is the Pythagoras theorem? I can say that is A square plus 75 square, it is equal to nothing but that is C square. So from here we'll get that C square minus A square, that is nothing but that is equal to 75 square. Factorize 75. So C square minus A square. C square minus A square, I can say that will be equal to C minus A into C plus A. So this will be equal to C minus A into C plus A. And the factorization of 75. 75 is 3 into 5 into 5, that is 25 into, so factorization of this, that will be equal to 3 square into 5 raised to power 4. So basically what we need to do, we need to write down 3 square into 5 raised to power 4 as a product of two integers. Okay, and these two integers are C minus A and C plus A. Okay, so you can, one of the ways you can list down all the possible factors, or here what are the different ways in which this 75 square can be written as a product of two positive factors. So let me write down here. So to make the things easy, let's list down all the factors of 75 square. So what are the factors of this 75 square? A total of 15 factors will be there. We know that the number of factors, it is equal to what? What is the total number of factors for this number? I can say power of 3 is 2, so that will be equal to 2 plus 1, and the power of 5 is 4, so that is 4 plus 1. So total of 15 factors. So 15 factors here. What are the list of factors? If I start with the smaller one, that is equal to 1. Alright, then after that I can say 3 is the factor, then 5 is the factor. Okay, then after that I can say 9 is the factor, then 15, then 25, then 45, and 75, and then so on. Alright, this one. So I need to write down this number as a product of two factors. We also know that C minus A is always less than C plus A. Remember, the factor C minus A must be less than C plus A. So I'll say, let's say one of the case in which both of them are 75 and 75. Okay, this is the middle factor. Okay, so 75 into 75 here. Now if both of them are 75 and 75, so C minus A is equal to 75. You can see that C minus A equal to 75, as well as C plus A is also 75. Okay, and if you add this, but in any case, since we are talking about geometry, so sum of two sides as well as difference of two sides, it can never be equal to 75. You can neglect this case, or even if you solve these two equations, so if you solve these two equations, the value of C will be equal to 75 and A equal to 0, which is not possible because we will not get any triangle here. So after that, just increase C minus A. So lesser than 75, the factor is 45. So let's write down this as 45. And then the value of C plus A, it will be what? The value of C plus A, it will be, comes out to be 125. This is 45. So another factor will be 125. And the product of these two will be 3 square into 5 raised to power 4. Why? Because this 3 square into 5 raised to power 4, I can write down 3 square is 9 into 5, isn't it? That is 3 square into 5 as one factor, another factor is 5 cube here. So 45 into 125. So here C minus A, it is equal to 45, and the value of C plus A, it is equal to 125. Now in this case, if you add these two here, if I add these two equations, so what will I get here? If I add these two, so I'll get the value of 2c. 2c is equal to 45 plus 125. So 45 plus 125, that will be equal to 170. So from here, we'll get that c is equal to nothing but 85. And if c is equal to 85, so what is the value of a? A will be equal to 40. Okay. So c is 85 and a is equal to 40. Now next, if I decrease further, if I say c minus a, after 45, the next factor, that is 25. So that is 25. So if this is equal to 25, then 25 into, I'll get 25 is 5 square. So 5 square, and that is 225. Alright. Now solve this. Again here, c minus a is equal to 25. And the value of c plus a, which is equal to 225. Now if you add these two equations and divide by 2, I'll get the value of c. Or simply solve these two equations. So 225 plus 225, 250, and half of 250 is 125. So c will be 125 and a will be nothing, but that will be comes out to be equal to how much? Here the value of a will be equal to 100. But remember one thing, we know that a is less than 75, isn't it? The value of a is less than 75. So in this case, a is coming out to be more than 75 here. So the only possible value is nothing but this. So if you take any further way, okay, all the values, in all the cases, the value of a will be comes out to be more than 75. This is the only solution wherein I'll get a is equal to 40. So it's not necessary to write down. You should just remember one thing. So try to make sure that both the numbers are very, very close to each other, c minus a and c plus a. So the closest one is nothing but 45 into 125. Remember, they can't be equal. So if they can't be equal, they must make sure that they are very, very close. Then only you will get the value of a, which will be lesser than 75. Okay. So here in this case, it will be comes out to be 40. So the correct answer for this question is nothing but that will be equal to 40. So I can say our answer is 40, which is equal to 40 here. So I hope that it is clear to all of you. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 33. Okay. It says, suppose that ABCD is a square with side length 4, and that K is lying between 0 to 4, and let P, Q, R and S be on BC, CD, D and AP respectively, such that BP is to PC is equal to K upon 4 minus K. Now, what is the value of BC? BC is equal to 4. And here it says BP upon BC is equal to K upon 4 minus K. So if I assume BP, it is equal to K. So CP will be equal to 4 minus K. And what is the sum of these two? 4 minus K plus K. Alright. If this is equal to K, this is 4 minus K. So sum of these two is equal to 4. Similarly, CQ upon QD, it is also equal to K upon 4 minus K. Alright. So I can say, let's say CQ is equal to K, and QD, it is nothing but that will be equal to 4 minus K. Equal to 4 minus K. Now dr is to RA is also K upon 4 minus K. So let's say dr is equal to K and R is equal to 4 minus K. And the sum of these two, that is dr plus RA. Okay, the sum of these two, that is dr plus RA, that will be comes out to be nothing but that is 4 here. AS upon SP is also K upon 4 minus K. But do you know what is the value of AP? No, we do not know what is the value of AP here. Alright, so we can't say what is the ratio here. We only know that the ratio of AS is to SP is equal to K upon 4 minus K. And the question is, what is the value of K which minimizes the area of quadrilateral PQRS? What is the length AB? AB is nothing but that is equal to 4. So I can write down AB is equal to 4. Now I need to find out here the area of this quadrilateral. Okay. So first of all, what is the area of the triangle PAB? Okay. So if I am talking about this area, so we need to find out the area of this quadrilateral. So let me talk about this area. So let's say what is the area of this triangle. Okay. Now area of this triangle, it is equal to nothing but half into base into height. So this is half, base is 4 and the height is K. Alright, You all can see it here. Base is equal to 4 and the height is k. So half of 4 into k. So if it is half of 4 into k, it will be comes out to be equal to nothing but 2k. So this is 2k. Similarly, let's find out the area of the other triangles which are on the corners here. Let's say if I say area of this particular triangle. Okay. This is one triangle. Okay. So if I need to find out the area of this triangle, so base is k and the height is 4 minus k. So what is the area of this triangle? So I can say area of this triangle is equal to half of, that is k into 4 minus k. So half of k into 4 minus k. Similarly, let's try to find out the area of other triangles also. If I'm talking about the area of a triangle, let's say this triangle. Alright, this particular triangle. So what is the base? This is equal to k and height is 4 minus k. So what is the area of this triangle? I can say this will be equal to half into k into 4 minus k. Now, we need to find out the area of one more triangle. Alright, let's see how we can find out the area of this triangle, and that is the difficult part here. Okay, so we need to find out the area of this particular triangle. Okay, and from the area of this square, if I subtract all the areas, we'll get here. So what is the base of this triangle? Okay, if I consider the base of the triangle as 4 minus k, so from point S, what is the height? Okay, I should know that from point S, what is the height of this here. But now, how to find out the height? So what I will do here is, first of all, I'll join R2P. Okay, R2P. Now then there is a triangle ARP. Let me draw it separately. So I'm talking about that there is a triangle that is ARP. Alright, this is the triangle ARP. So this is A, this is R, and this is P. So AR is equal to 4 minus k. And if you drop a perpendicular from point P, like this, alright, this dotted line. Okay, so what is the height of this triangle? That will be the 4. Okay, if I drop a perpendicular from point P, that you all can see it here. Okay, from point P. So the height will be nothing but it will be the sides of a square, which is equal to 4. Alright, which is equal to 4 here. So we can find out the area of the triangle ARP. Okay, so what is the area of the triangle ARP? So let me write down area of triangle ARP. So area of triangle ARP, it will be comes out to be equal to how much? That is half of 4 into 4 minus k. Height is 4 and the base is 4. So this is equal to basically nothing but that will be equal to twice of 4 minus k. Now this is ARP. Now another important point in the triangle ARP. Okay, so if I'm talking about the triangle ARP, let's say this is the triangle ARP. This is A, this is R, and this is P, and this is S. We know that the ratio of AS to SP is K is to 4 minus K. That is given here. AS upon SP is equal to this one. And we also know one more fact, that the ratio of area is always equal to ratio of bases. Okay, ratio of area is equal to ratio of bases. So I can say the area of the triangle ARS, area of the triangle ARS upon area of the triangle RSP. It must be in what ratio? That will be in the ratio K upon 4 minus K. Alright. So what is the triangle area? And we know that the total area of these two triangles, it is how much? Twice of 4 minus K. Okay. So what is the area of the triangle ARS? So I can say area of the triangle ARS. It is equal to what? That will be equal to K upon sum of the ratios, which is equal to 4, and into twice of 4 minus K, the total area of these two together. So this will be comes out to be how much? So if you solve this value, it will be comes out to be equal to how much? This will be K, or I can say half of K into 4 minus K. So let me write down this value here. So area of triangle ARS, that is half of K hope that this part is clear. So now we know the area of all the four triangles. So if I know the area of all the four triangles, then we can find out the area of quadrilateral. But it's not only about area of the quadrilateral. The question is, for what value of k the area of the quadrilateral is minimum. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Let me erase all this thing and then we'll find out here. Just a minute. Alright. So I need to find out the area of the quadrilateral PQRS. So I can say area of the quadrilateral PQRS is equal to area of the square, which is 4 square, minus area of all the four triangles. So I can say that will be comes out to be half of k into 4 minus k. Alright, plus this is the green triangle, plus half of k into 4 minus k, that is the blue triangle, plus half of k into 4 minus k, the orange one, and plus half of, or I can say simply 2k. Alright, that is simply equal to 2k. Alright. And now you need to solve this. So if you solve this, all of them, then you need to find out what is this value here coming out to be. Okay. So just solve all of them and you get the area of the quadrilateral PQRS. Alright, area of the quadrilateral PQRS. So area of the quadrilateral PQRS, the final equation, it will be comes out to be, I am writing it directly, 3 by 2 k square minus 8k plus 16 here. Okay, which is nothing but it is what? It is a quadratic equation. Alright, quadratic equation. Okay, so there are different ways. I need to find the minimum value of this quadratic equation. Okay, so either you can go for differentiation, or we know that for any quadratic equation, the minimum value will, if there is a quadratic equation in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so the minimum value of this equation always exists at x equal to minus b by 2a, isn't it? At x equal to minus b by 2a. So here the minimum value of this will exist at k equal to minus b by 2a. So minus of minus 8, that is plus 8, upon 2a, so 2 into 3 by 2. So I'll get the value of k, which is 8 by 3. So this is the value of k at which the minimum value of the area of quadrilateral will exist. So the correct answer for this question is 8 by 3. So the correct answer for this one is nothing but that is 8 by 3. When k is equal to 8 by 3, we'll get the minimum value of this area of quadrilateral. So that's all for today. Thank you.